Jan. I was at a congressional hearing on Thursday where Nobel Peace, not Peace, but Economics Nobel laureate Stieglitz and the lady that wrote the great book about the wars, they call it the $1 trillion war, except at the congressional hearing he said, we underestimated it. It's going to be between $3 to $5 trillion. When you add in all of the costs that you should be projecting for the next 50 years for all these young men and women who will be getting disability pay, probably 50% of the people that are in the military will come out of it with disability pay that will be lifelong pay. Some of the things that I usually use when I'm talking to people about these humongous things, 54% of our national budget now goes to the military in some form, whether Department of Defense, Department of Energy, on military things. The government is rat-holing military money and all sorts of other departments. The Veterans Affairs Committee, not part of DOD or the Veterans Administration. Nuclear issues that come under Department of Energy. When you pull all that stuff together, we are spending 54% of our whole national budget on this thing called national defense. And granted, we all would say, yes, we probably need to have some sort of defensive capability, but not when it is the largest component of our entire system. And when we have the top military person in our country, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, Admiral Mullins, has now said that the greatest threat to America, the greatest national security threat, is not Al-Qaeda, is not the Taliban, it's our national debt. That's when our own military person is telling us that. He didn't, of course, say that last phrase. Our national debt, which is 54%, is the military. Otherwise, he'd gotten fired. He didn't say that part. So he's a smart guy. He knew when to give us a clue. And it's a clue that we should be using, I think, to explain what's going on. And use the military itself saying, that's the biggest national threat. It's not these people with guns or airplanes or whatever it is. It's our own out-of-control spending through the military-industrial complex that feeds wars. So the National Priorities Project, of course, is a tremendous resource for us. And I was just on a speaking tour up in upstate New York last week, and we pulled out the figures for New York State per year, which is, I think it's $97 billion the people in New York spend per year. Their tax monies go for war. And then when you pull it out city by city by city, and as you're speaking in that city, the reality of, oh my God, we're spending all that money is gone. So the resources that we're talking about today, the National Priorities Project, the War is a Crime listing that they have, the University of Massachusetts that Mark just mentioned, all of those fact sheets that we can hand to people, I think really do have an impact. But this figure right here, that over half of our budget, the U.S. military budget is the largest military budget in the world. And it is, if you put all the military budgets of every other country in the world together, it still would not be as much as the United States spends. So we are obsessively, obscenely just spending ourselves to death for this stuff. So that's the quick and dirty on it. Thank you.
Okay, questions?